back to yet another edition of Real Estate Talk, your perfect spot for real estate awareness. Lelo tiri ku Mzuzu. This is our third location in regards to this national addressing system awareness that we're raising pretty much from the south, moving on to the north, and then later on into the central. With me, we've got a very seasoned professional veteran valuers with me, and we've got on my right, we've got Rizwan Omar. Yes, I hope that I got that one right. And we've also got Dr. Kabanga with us here. And just to give us a background, especially for you as a property valuer, Ms. Riz Omar, because I realize that you don't like being called Mr. Just give us a background on how you feel the timing of this national addressing system is.
I think it's very, very important because obviously it was launched in 2019 and it's taken time to get to where it's sitting in 2025. The world is changing very, very quickly. We need to catch up and we need to identify properties a lot quicker, not just for real estate, but for practically everything. The digital world has changed, delivery services have changed. Okay, we've gone away from postage, but that's not the idea. The idea is that properties need to be identified correctly, they need to be surveyed correctly. Time for everybody, time is a huge factor. So we're headed in the right direction, and with all the various departments involved, we should achieve this over the next couple of years.
Okay, so what do you think are some of the benefits, not just to the nation, but to you as a property valuer as well?
Time. Trying to go into the informal sectors specifically, or especially informal sectors, it is very difficult to identify properties. We have people that want to invest into various sectors in Malawi, local or international. It creates a better understanding because certain sectors, although we call it informal, I call it developing, are very, very valuable. But if we don't, as valuers, project the correct valuations, the person investing may lose out on a potential investment, which is great for the country as such. So absolutely, it's of utmost importance. Values, location, speed of service, and being transparent and giving the people the right values on properties or the right locations to potentially develop and to grow their wealth.
All right, thank you so much. And moving on to you, to Dr. Kabanga. One of the issues that Riz has actually mentioned is the issue of areas that are developing, in his words. How would you like to probably share your insight on how this is going to help, especially this national addressing system coming in? How is this going to help making your job as well easier to possibly manage and maintain these areas?
I think the coming in of the national addressing system will help to address so many challenges that we have been facing. As already said, identification of properties. Where is the property actually located? Because as in the property sector or property valuation, location is the most important factor. And if you know the location exactly, then that solves a lot of issues in terms of time to trying to get to where the property is. But this also will help us to identify where other comparable properties are so that we can compare them without a lot of time being wasted. So this is, yes, a very important development in our professional valuation field. Sure.
All right, so we've seen many people from different organizations and companies as well coming in. We've seen real estate agents coming in. We've seen students even coming in and participating in this workshop. How would you say that this is helpful and this is beneficial for them to all show up to this national addressing system workshop?
All right, thank you for that question. I think it's very important that all the stakeholders, whether we are already in the academics as teachers or lecturers, the students and everyone else, need to know how the system is going to work. For the students, they're going into the professional field. So the area they start, learning about how the national addressing system is going to work, so much the better, because they are not going to make the same mistakes that we have been making, as well as the challenges that we have faced will not be there. They will have, I would say, a better way of working, or a better working environment in terms of whether it's real estate agency, property valuation, property management. It will become a little bit easier and professional for them.
All right, getting back to you, Riz, I think one of the issues that you mentioned was that you were a bit late to the party when it comes to the involvement of valuers. How do you think that you can actually catch up with the timing that it's actually come in? Do you think that there's some room to catch up and probably make sure that you work better with the national addressing system?
Absolutely. I mean, it's an evolving profession. And as Lucky has mentioned just now, I mean, in the private sector, the students graduate to the private sector, and a lot of times we're having to train them and teach them again various areas, various locations, what is developing, what is not developing. So our idea is to make our clients money. Our idea is to secure our clients' property. And if the student coming through the system doesn't have those qualities, there could be major errors being held, and the national address system would certainly help us. Taking a bit further, as we're evolving as Surveyors Institute or the Valuers Organization, the Real Estate Organization, for us it makes our life easier, is that we need to step up to the plate and say that, okay, we're now developing our real estate info on properties, which can link up directly with the national address system, and the addresses or the numbering system marries together. Currently we have a level of major confusion. Plot numbers, title numbers are different. Identification of a property, like through the utility services, is very different. And we don't really know our street names. Anywhere else you travel to, even in South Africa, you know the street names because they're visible, they're in your diary, they're on your GPS, they're on your phone. So the street name becomes very important, which is what we need to achieve through the real estate side as well.
Okay, Mongari's wanenera kuti izi zinthu zofunika kwambiri kwa ma-valuers kuti zikuthandizani ku save nthawi. Nde iniyo national addressing system iyi ngati expert valuer iniyo zikuthandizani motani?
Chabwino, zoonadi nzangalizi apa wafotokoza kunena kuti national address system imene ikubwera pano itithandiza kuchepetsa zovuta zina ndi zina. Mwachitsanzo, ukapatsidwa ntchito yoti ukaone katundu, nyumba, malo ndikuapatsa mtengo, zimativuta nthawi zina kudziwa kuti kodi nyumba imene ili pati. Koma ndi national address system, ma post code zitiphweketsera ntchito imene yodziwa kuti kodi nyumba ili pati kapena malo ali pati. Tikatero ndiye kuti nthawi imene timaononga kusakasaka malo aja ikhala yochepa. Komanso munthu wina akafuna kuti adziwe pamene pali nyumba, kaya ndi a banki kapena ena ufuna kugula, atha kudziwa kuti nyumba ija ili pakuti, ndipo kugwiritsa ntchito information kapena uthenga umene muli national address system atha kulondola ndi ukafika pamalo pamene pali chinthu chija mosavuta. Zinthu zonsezi uthandauza kuti ngati panali zinthu zina zokhoma, ngati kupeza zinthu zina ndi zina, zikhala zophweka kwa aliyense kuti adziwe kuti nyumba ili pakuti kapena malo ali pakuti.
Nkhani ina imene inakambidwa ngati mundi mwina kusagwirizana kwa mitengo ya malo ina, nde mungathandize bwanji anthu a m'midzi especially kuti amve uthenga umenewu ya national addressing system kuti nawo sathenso kukhala ndi mitengo yoti iwo athandizaso nawo kuti asaberedwe?
Chabwino, pamenepo tinene kuti monga Liz wafotokoza, kawiri tikamapanga valuation timatenga nyumba kapena malo kudera kuja ndi kufanizira ndi manyumba kapena malo ena amene agulitsidwa kuderako kuti mitengo ija ikhale ngati kuti tikuyang'ana kunsika kumene kuja. Ndiye panopo zimativuta kuti tipeze information imene ifwa chonena kuti palibe system imene kapena nkhoko ya information imene ija kumene titha kukanena. Koma kubwera kwa national address system ndipo akalumikiza ndi ma system system ena kaya yakulanzi kaya ndi kusite kaya kuti kaya ndi amavaluwazi kumene titha kumayika information yokhuzana ndi zogulitsa kudera lililonse ndiye kuti kaya tikupanga za valuation kumudzi titha kupeza information kukamudzi kamene tukagwira ntchito kuja ndi kufanizira kuti nyumba iyi kufanana ndi manyumba ena kapena malo akufanana ndi malo ena mitengo yake ndi yakuti ndiye kuti tikatero palibe wina oti atha kugula nzake mochipa kapena mokwera potero ndiye kuti kuberana kumbali yakagulitsidwe kamalo ndi manyumba kukhala kuti kwachepa chifukwa cha national address system.
Umu ndimene tachezera ndithu kuno ku Sunbird Mzuzu lero tinali ndi Riz Omar ndi Dr. Lucky Kabanga and tikumanenso kulilongwe chifukwa tidakalipo ndithu tili kulilongweso kukamba za nkhani yomwe national addressing system munali ndine Lucy Kapanga. Make sure that you do follow our platforms on Facebook, YouTube. That's Real Estate Talk Malawi, your perfect spot for real estate awareness. Until next time, bye-bye.